Hello all you numbers, I'm Cal13 and welcome back to another video. So, I started off with a really quick base sketch, as that seems to help me a lot to do these little circle bases. And originally I was going to have someone with both hands up. I was basically going to do something I already have done. Then I'm like, no. So I didn't. There's still going to be a little magic, but this is a new character that is named Katla. Hold on. Uh, Katla. Yeah. When you have to make sure you're saying their name correctly. But that's mainly just due to the fact that she's literally like a character I just gave a name to before I started recording this and everything. But good golly, she's so cool. Before this, she was just called skelegirl. And funniest thing is, you're gonna see in a moment when I start putting in her clothes, which you're also gonna see. Oh god, I kept pressing mesh transform instead of just regular transform, and I was slowly hating myself. But you're gonna see really soon that like half of her body just gets covered up where I don't even have to draw it in the final, including the arm that was giving me troubles to begin with. And her, I think I bring it up, yeah. Her original little sketched out drawing popped up for a moment, and she wears a cloak, and I decided that she's gonna have like a half mohawk, and it's gonna look awesome. And it does look actually really awesome. And I did something a little different for her hair than I usually do. With her clothes, I'm just like, I had no clue how to do her clothes, and then I'm like, what if she was just wearing a really short skirt? Just a really short skirt, and then just a little tank top because I wanted to show her tummy for a very specific reason. I gave her some shorter socks because, again, very specific reason as to why I did all of this, and that's because she literally has all the bones as markings on her body. So I wanted to make sure the parts I really wanted to like show her like bone markings were visible, which included her tum tum because tum tums, yes, her arms and legs, and then a little bit of her like neck and face because her face. But she, uh, this is where I got into her hair, and I'm like, oh girl, your hair so fly. Like, oof. I had an idea on how I want to do the hair, and I started executing that, and it looked fantastic. And then I just erased the one part of her face so I could actually see her hair properly. I can't remember if like I kept looking at a picture of a skeleton, and I completely forgot if like the bigger parts of the vertebrae are the ones that have like little things sticking off of them, so I just didn't include them. That might change later on, and I kept having to look back and back for this part, and I still change it a little simply because I messed up a little, as per usual. But the main difference I did not do black line art with her. I did a very dark blue because when I go into doing the bones, the any part of her skin that does not have a bone on it basically is pitch black, like legitimately pitch black. I colored it just pure black. I didn't make it a gray, I made it pure black. So her line art cannot be pure black because we'd have a few issues. So I made it blue because she has a very cool color scheme and I thought it would be very fitting. And also blue is my favorite color, so naturally. But I think it looks so gorgeous in the final because you have this blue line art that sticks off from the rest, especially even though I'm doing other blue, I do a lot of blues in her color scheme. She's mainly bluish gray for color scheme. It just still pops so much where it wouldn't if it was black. Which, just look at the hair. Oh, it looks so good. Ooh, girl, it looks so good. So, yeah. I I want to include her in like a later. I want to include her in a comic series because, good golly, she just looks so badass. Like, whew. But there is another like skeleton character in the Hellview Chronicles I'm doing right now, and he only has half a body. She has a full body, of course. And I had the idea maybe to have them like siblings, and then I'm like, no, because this girl, oh, she's such a mischief maker. Like, oof. She's all about getting into trouble. And the fact that the dude is basically the exact opposite. I don't want to go into it too much because spoilers, duh. I think it's considered a spoiler. I'm not certain. Oh, yikes. But yeah, he's kind of just the complete opposite of her. So I decided against it, and now she's her own person. She has her own backstory and all that, which I really don't know it yet, but back to that later. So half of her body is just gone from this, and it's all because of that cloak, and I am so thankful for that gosh dang cloak. Like, ugh. I didn't want to draw that other arm because it was just really awkward looking, if you know what I mean. So I didn't have to. I think the most difficult part out of all this was actually like trying to make the bones and where they would be look accurate, especially since this is her body. She isn't just a bone. She isn't just skull and skeleton. She does have flesh, which is all the black on her body. Well, it's all her flesh, and the black is basically to try to signify, like, you know how those tattoos where they look super realistic and people usually use like black to help in that so that you can't like see a background part of it. Yeah, that's basically the concept of it. And this had to be like the most difficult part was just trying to draw in the bones and not make them look horrible. And luckily I'm able to like go in and erase and draw in and all of that. So but I'm just like, I had I completely forgot which part of the limbs had like two bones and which part only had one, but this is okay. And yeah. There's not really much to say when I'm just doing bones. Right here on her leg, I actually changed it quite a bit because of the fact that, well, it didn't look quite right. It should be more on the top view because that's kind of where it is on her specifically, is just more a top view. And then there is kind of like a back view, but it's not as visible in this. And originally I was going to do more of a skin tonish, and then I'm like, that doesn't make sense. These are bones, for crying out loud. So I made them practically white with a little bit of gray tint. You know how it goes. And this was probably the easiest time I've ever had for coloring a line art because of the fact I didn't have to worry about so many things. Like, so many things I didn't have to worry about. It was great. And here I am putting in that more blue color scheme. Well, cool color scheme, I should say, because her skirt is actually more purple than blue. Her skirt and top and glove. Like, it's a gorgeous, like, cool gray, purpley gray. So, no complaints there. But I'm actually gonna have this video up earlier in the day. Yay! I'm so sad my other video has yet to even get a single view. So I'm definitely gonna put the link to that one in the description simply because Melita and Juliet need some views. Come on, people, give them some love. They're so cute. So I'm definitely going to put a link into the description below. And I'm also going to put a link into the description below for TCT Comics. We're not really going to start any of the, we're not really going to do a lot of videos until after May 17th, after Nickel City Con goes through and everything. Simply because of the fact, well, that's just taking up a lot of time in the current moment. But other than that, yeah, those are two things I'll put into the description. And I put a nice warm background behind her as it would make her pop. Like, seriously, look at that pop. Changed the color a little bit for the magic-y stuff, and I did my normal. So, and she just turned out to look super, super cool. Oh! But this is the end of the video. Subscribe to me if you like my content. Forgot to mention that. Join the Number Nation. Bye!